Greetings, Chem 1 students. This is Mr. Braun, and this is titled Making a Molar Solution. What we're going to do is I am going to walk you through the process of how to make a certain molar solution. You're going to need to know this because later on when we do labs, I'm just going to put the chemical out and you're going to have to make the solution in order to do the lab. So, the very first thing we're going to do is how does one make 250 milliliters of a 2.5 molar solution of sodium chloride? Well, a couple important things here. It tells us 2.5 molar, so we know what the concentration of sodium chloride is. And also the 250 milliliters, we know how much of that solution that we need. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to first determine how many liters or milliliters of solution that we need. In this case, I want to make 250 milliliters, so I would convert that into liters, and that would be 0.250 liters. Now, you'll see here in a little bit why we need to convert it to liters. It's because that the molarity is the moles of solute over liters of solution, not milliliters. So we need to convert that into liters, and there we have done so, 0.250 liters. Our next step is that we need to calculate the number of moles that we need, and we use the following equation. Molarity equals moles of solute, liters of solution. Now, I just said that we have this, liters of solution, okay, by manipulating this equation, okay, we can get the following equation. Moles of solute is equal to the molarity of the solution times the liters of solution, okay. When I do so, I know that my molarity I wanted was 2.5 molar, okay, 2.5 molar. I know the liters was 0.250, so when I do my math, I come up with 0.625 moles, and that's going to be moles of sodium chloride, okay. What I did is I took the 2.5 and I multiplied that by 0.250, and I come up with 6.25 moles. Now, I have my moles. I need to convert that into grams. Why? I don't have a scale in the lab that reads in moles. I can't sit that in and say, okay, what's 0.625 moles? So I need to convert this into grams. Well, that is a flux capacitor thing. Okay, that's a flux capacitor. So what we've done is we took the 6.25 or 0.625 moles of sodium chloride and did a flux capacitor to get it into grams, which gives me 36.53 grams. Okay, that should be grams of sodium chloride. I rounded this number to the hundredths place because that is where my scale will read. So when I measure this out, I'm going to get to as close to 36.53 grams as possible. Finally, I need to get the appropriate materials to make the solution. What am I going to need? Well, I'm going to need 36.53 grams of sodium chloride. I'm going to need distilled water. So what I would do is I would get a beaker. I'm at least going to need somewhere around 250 milliliters because that's how much I'm going to make. So I would get a beaker, probably my 400 milliliter beaker, and fill it with 300 milliliters of distilled water just to make sure I have plenty of distilled water. And finally, I'm going to need a 250 milliliter volumetric flask. Well, what's that? Here is a picture of a 250 milliliter volumetric flask. And what this means is we see the stopper, we see the flask. This line right here is the exact measurement of 250 milliliters. Okay, so when I have my solution and I'm diluting it, I'm going to fill it to that line right there. Okay, now here we're going to go. I have created a video of myself making this solution, so we're going to go to this video and we are going to watch the video of me making this solution. So here's the YouTube video. So what we did earlier in class is I showed you the calculations how to make 250 milliliters of the 2.5 mole solution. So now what I should make. So I need to know a certain amount of grams of my sodium chloride, which is the salt I have in my hand. I need 36.53 grams. So I'm going to turn on my scale. Just have to come over here and get on the scale here so we can watch it. I'm going to put a measuring dish on the scale. The measuring dish measures out 5.64. Now I'm going to zero the scale, so now it's not reading the effect of the measuring dish on the scale. So when I'm adding my salt, I know that the only thing that's being measured is the salt. So now I need to add 36.53 grams to get as close as possible as I can to that. I'm probably not going to hit it exactly, but I could get pretty close to it. 36.53. Let's set that a little slower now. 34, 36. There we go. I hit it pretty good. So now I have my mass of the salt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the salt into a 250 milliliter volumetric flask. Now the idea with the volumetric flask, as you can see it says 250, it has a line right here. I don't know if you can see that line, but there's a real dim line that measures out where exactly 250 milliliters are. I'm going to take my 250 milliliter. Well, that's too big for that, so I need to get it bigger. I think the funnel will fit right in there. All I'm using the funnel for is so I don't spill the salt. So as I get the salt in there, and then I'm going to add distilled water in there. At first, I'm going to feed the distilled water for it to make sure that I get all of the salt. Okay? Make sure that there's no salt stuck into the funnel or no. I haven't filled it totally up to the line yet.
Braun. Let's investigate.